do have that spell on my cleric.
Okay.
Because I wish you could. Alright, so after that, you kind of see these sonic waves kind of bounce around the room. You all kind of turn and you see it, and you see this goblin creature just kind of twitch a little bit, but still no seeming, not really giving a shit about bodily harm at this point. That brings us to Miriam. You're
Hold
up
on.
again.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna roll damage for heat. Roll for heat damage.
Okay.
Heat
Don't
metal
forget.
damage.
How you went so quick? So quick.
2d8.
Was that an 8?
That was
Yes.
an 8.
Shit.
8
Hell
plus
yeah.
13.
Hell yeah!
That's my boy.
So
Still on
Torin.
Torin's shoulder.
Oh.
Oh boy.
So Torin, you're starting to get a little bit of that hot, toasty shoulder going on. You got some, icy hot action, and it's all heat right now, buddy. You see this white, glowing hammerhead just 2 inches from your face, and you're like, oh fuck. And you still look, and you see his fingers, the meat on his fingers are just like cracking and bursting, and just it's smelling like sausage, and it's not a good thing.
Boy.
All right, Miriam, you're up.
Alright,
Roasted here.
so I'm gonna take my regular healing potion before I do anything else. So I looked it up. The minor potion I had written down 2d4 plus 2,
Yes.
and then we each had one,
Yeah,
one up from that, and the internet tells me that's 4d4 plus 4.
Oh,
Ooh, this
Don't
is
do
cool.
it.
You make? I need this so long.
Oh, much cute.
It's the crochet.
Do you need another D4?
Crochet. Yes, I
and I'll say this is a bonus action.
Yeah, my arm's really full.
do. Thank you.
Normally
I was hoping it was.
Yeah.
Like, that's such
Otherwise
bullshit.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 3, 6, 9,
11.
11 plus 4
Well, 13.
is
14, 15.
15. Oh no. I don't feel like I'm dying anymore.
26.
26. Here we go. Okay, I'm
She snaps into a Slim Jim, and
Yeah.
then she...
okay, so
Snickers bar, whatever
I
this commercial was.
chug my potion, throw the bottle on the ground behind me, and I'm gonna run up to this guy, because this is still 5, because it's not in
Yes,
the water?
you're stepping up
So-
out of the water.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get in behind him.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
And is that flanking? Does that is that a like rope thing? Is
You gotta be like directly on opposite sides for flanking.
okay? So, and then this fucking guy's here. So what the fuck ever. So I'm gonna grab my hammer, yell, "That's my thing!" and then I'm gonna go into a rage and smack him, and I'm gonna make it spicy.
Okay, roll the hit.
I would like to rage. Because she's a lightning barbarian.
I'm a
Oh god, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So when she says make it spicy, she means...
I know, that's why I was like, is she about to make it sizzle? Like
Yes.
lightning sizzle?
Okay, so that's 13.
That hits. Go.
Oh, okay, cool. And then,
Cool.
so it's D10.
Hide armor. It's not a lot.
It's D10 damage, and then he has to. It's a dex. It's a 14 DC dex save. He takes 1d6 damage on failed, or half on a saved.
Roll a nat 20.
Okay, well then he'll take half damage.
Sorry.
Use it now instead of when attacking.
Okay, so he takes 1 lightning damage, and then 8 plus 1. He takes 9 bludgeoning damage, and then 1 lightning damage.
So 10 total.
10 total.
So
Get shiggity shocked.
Do I have my strength to damage? Because I've got 1d10 plus 1 on
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
'Cause it's, okay, so it's plus 5 also.
Plus 5.
Plus 5.
Okay. So as you take your hammer,
Yeah,
you just
intelligence is
drive
like
it into
negative.
the like shoulder of this orc, hands completely like turned to charcoal, half of his arm missing, huge chunk gash sliced out of his chest, and you basically you feel it connect, and you feel the bone shatter, but then you feel the slight resistance as like they grind back in place and shove back against that and kind of go back in place, but you can see there's a structural damage there, and this guy should be out.
Gross.
But he's not. Because he's possessed.
Rip.
Alright, are you doing anything else with your turn?
No, I went into a rage, I drank a potion, I moved, I think that's all I can do.
You did a lot.
I did a lot! Can
Proud of you.
I can't go into a rage if I took the potion.
No, you can't.
Oh, which means take back the 1 point of lightning damage.
Oof.
That actually matters. I'm
It
sorry.
does matter.
You hear the bones grind and crack, but he's still, for some reason, he's still standing up. But you saw this reality where you completely caved this thing in, and
it's
just didn't.
Yeah, okay.
Sadness.
If it didn't matter, I wouldn't say I'd
No,
give it to
it's
you,
alright.
but matters.
Yeah, it's alright. That's alright, man.
Okay.
That's too bad.
Alright, that brings us to
Oh, I'm not raging.
Mel.
Lauren. I'm so sorry. What is your character's name?
Cree.
Cree. Cree. I'm gonna write Cree up here.
Cree Cree turns to look at this goblin and says, "What do I want to say?"
What do you?
Oh, he's aflame to put out those snowy eyes. She casts Firebolt right in his fucking face.
Okay.
Oops, that was not an actual roll.
Yeah.
That's a 13, 19?
Hits.
Okay. And 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Also, is his armor flammable?
Yes.
Then it hopefully will ignite.
Okay. So,
What's up, bitch?
so as you send out this fiery
You're on
lance,
fire.
and it just shoots off, and you guys see this wave of heat kind of go across this room, and some of the water that's been collecting on this dais just like instantly evaporates.
That's
And
a
it
wizard.
strikes him.
Peek at fire!
Yes.
And as it hits him, you see this goblin figure that you've been kind of traveling with for all this time, and you see his body kind of burn and melt and kind of collapse, and his body falls, but then in the steam, you see another figure rise,
Oh,
and you see his mouth of this dwarven figure hovering, and you see his jaw stretch further and further and further, and he screams in some kind of agony that you can't even hear. Everyone that is currently able to see this character. So that is,
Oh
I
no!
think I'm blocked from seeing it.
I'd say for this and what you're doing, you're blocked. But
Okay.
everyone else, I need you to roll.
You can add +4 to anything also.
The druid and the wizard are rolling concernedly.
Hold on. Come on.
Hamina.
This is why I sometimes hate not having this shit like written down. Okay. I
You're
need
doing a great job.
all of you who can currently see him to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
It's a good thing I can't
I'm
fucking see it.
Everybody that can see him, including you.
Nat 20!
Okay.
Fuck. I got a 13.
Thirteen.
Let's say, that's 8 wisdom saving throws. The saving throws different.
Real good thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Bitch is
Oh, wait.
Can you
safe.
be proficient in saving rolls?
Oh, I
Yes,
have.
you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
That's
5,
14 then.
10,
Yeah,
13.
13. What you got?
11.
11. Torin.
Oh,
All
no.
of you see this horrifying figure begin to scream and drift and dissipate. But Torin, you kind of stare into it, and you kind of you feel as your skin starts to dry. You feel as if your joints ache, and the sheer terror of this, you kind of take a step back, and you can look into this half-dead orc, and it is not as scary as what the fuck is over there. You age 40 years.
What the
Whoa.
fuck? What?
As your skin kind of wrinkles, your scales lose their luster.
Jesus. Fuck.
and you are frightened from this horrifying visage.
Oh boy!
I aged?
Age 40 years.
What?
You can see in
That's
its scales
intense.
a grayness that wasn't there before.
You don't even
I don't
know
have mine
how
written down
Yours
either.
is 40.
Ooh, shiggity
I
shag.
mean, I think I
Shit.
Am I the oldest in this group?
I bet I'm the youngest.
I'm a 60-year-old tiefling.
The veil!
Not the veil.
The veil!
Veil of truth!
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Oh shit, that was a max roll.
I am.
Oh god.
Hey, we gotta take our,
One.
hits.
Alright, so
I didn't want to take that one, but
basically
Well, on the bright side.
this guy is
Already
dead,
max.
but for the next turn you cannot take any steps towards him.
I killed him?
You killed him. But there is basically a ghost floating right here.
Oh,
And
good.
Torin, you cannot make any moves towards him. You guys all watch as he's starting to like evaporate. But
It's like that scene from Beetlejuice.
exactly, yeah. Like, yeah.
Oops.
So that
Oh,
happened.
boy.
And you are considered frightened of this figure. So
I'm so scared.
you can.
What can I do?
Frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
So the rest of us are just like, eh.
You're just like, I've seen worse
What's
shit
wrong,
in
bro?
Torin
Looking over,
aged
like, what's
40
going
years
on,
just
man?
by looking at this thing.
Fuck.
Yeah. Okay.
How long do Dragonborns live?
I
So-
I think it's normal.
Kree, are you doing